Alright then guys, welcome back to the channel. As always, please do me a favor, click the like button, subscribe to the channel and leave your comments in the section below. Daniel Dubois is overlooking Joseph Parker and he's gonna pay for it if he keeps doing what he's doing. Why did Daniel Dubois get in the ring to promote a fight with Usyk when he's already got a fight lined up with Joseph Parker? I couldn't believe it. That was literally one of the weirdest promotion of a fight that I've ever seen. He's basically got a fight lined up with a very dangerous Joseph Parker, and he's in the ring promoting or looking to negotiate a fight with Usyk. He's not even won the fight that he's got lined up yet. This is crazy. Did Frank Warren get him to do this? Like, why would he do that? You know, he needs to show Joseph Parker all the respect he needs. That actually was disrespectful to Usyk, and that was disrespectful to Joseph Parker. Like, you need to show your opponent the utmost respect at all times, because in the heavyweight division, if you switch off for just 1 second, even in preparation, you're done. So in his preparation, he needs to be focused on Joseph Parker 24/7. And apparently he's not, because he's looking at the next fight with Usyk. Right? And this is why I call this false confidence. I feel like Daniel Dubois has some, right now at least, has a false confidence. And don't get me wrong, all respect and all props to Daniel Dubois. He's done incredibly well. In the last few fights, he's basically improved very, very, very well. I mean, beating Filip Hrgovic, who was known to be one of the boogeymans in the heavyweight division. He was a very good fighter. Dubois took some hard shots in that Hrgovic fight. Really to the head, no head movement, just took some really, really hard shots. I thought he was going to stop in that fight, but he came through that. So that was a really, really good win. He then goes on to fight Jarrell Miller, who's a loudmouth. He's failed some drug tests, but he's a massive guy and he can take punches and he keeps coming all night. And Dubois had to overcome, a lot of the pressure that Jarrell Miller brings to the ring. And then he goes on to, fight for the IBF title against Anthony Joshua, which is a fight that I called that Joshua was going to knock Dubois out. And of course, Dubois goes in there and absolutely obliterates Anthony Joshua. Right? So all respect and all props to Daniel Dubois. I think he's done incredibly well. He deserves his spot. He deserves the world title. He deserves to be where he is. And you can't take it from him because, he's worked really hard to get here. But I think that has gotten a little bit into his head. One of the most important thing in the heavyweight division that is very hard to win a world title, but it's even harder to keep hold of that world title. It is. If you're cherry picking, you can hold on to the title for a long time. If you're fighting the best after the best after the best, you're going to come up unstuck at some point, because fighting the best means that you're going to fight a style that is really difficult to beat. But that's what we want as boxing fans. We want the boxers fighting the best fighters in the division. So Daniel Dubois has done really well. I'm not taking anything away from him. But Joseph Parker is a very, very, very good fighter. And I just have a feeling that in this fight, Joseph Parker is going to break some people's heart. Joseph Parker, I think, is going to cause a lot of pain and damage in this fight, I believe. Joseph Parker, also an ex-champion, defended his title against Andy Ruiz and Anthony Joshua. That Joshua fight, he gave a very good account of himself, but of course he lost. But, over the last few fights, he's had an incredible run. He won against Yile Zhang. That's a fight that I was unsure, because Yile Zhang, we know, hits really hard, and he put Joseph Parker down 2 times in that fight. So we know that it was a dangerous fight that he was in, and he came through that fight. He didn't fight Deontay Wilder, although I believe Deontay Wilder was over the hill and he has nothing left. However, he's still got the equalizer, right? So you need to be alert in there, and he overcomes Deontay Wilder, Joseph Parker. Joseph Parker has got a lot of skills himself, and he's got a lot of belief in himself. I think, and in my opinion, Joseph Parker is better in every department than Daniel Dubois, apart from two departments, right? And those two departments are the jab and power. Daniel Dubois has probably the best jab in boxing, in heavyweight boxing right now. His jab, I don't think he has the best jab that I've ever seen in boxing, because Larry Holmes has the best jab that I've ever seen in boxing. It came from a really strange angle. It was snappy, it was fast, and it felt like a right hand. And I think Larry Holmes's jab is sort of an advancement on Muhammad Ali's jab, because of they were in the same sort of in the same camp. They were sparring partners, so he took a lot from Muhammad Ali, but then went on to really develop his style, Larry Holmes, and the jab was just incredible jab, right? So Daniel Dubois has a very good jab, probably the best jab in the division right now. And power, Dubois has incredible punching power. He can turn your lights out anytime, every time in the ring, right? But I think Joseph Parker is better in every department apart from those two things that I've just mentioned. So Daniel Dubois needs to be taking Joseph Parker very, very, very seriously. Jumping in the ring and, promoting or negotiating a fight with Usyk when you have Joseph Parker to worry about, it's not a good thing to do. So if I'm Don Charles, I'm telling him, listen, calm down. We've got Joseph Parker to deal with, and he's a handful. He's a very good fighter. He can box on the front foot. He can box on the back foot. He's got some pop, right? Daniel Dubois, we've seen in his 2 losses, he got stopped with a jab twice. So that means he's mentally, there are frailties and there are things to exploit when it comes to Daniel Dubois. So I think it's just false confidence. And, having won a heavyweight title, he feels like he's the man on top of the world. But the thing about winning these titles is it's really hard to defend them. So I think it's going to be an incredible fight, because I don't think this fight is going to go the distance. I think, there's going to be a stoppage. I will break down the fight as we get closer in February. But I thought it'd be good to sort of preview, the fight, talk about Daniel Dubois' antics recently. Joseph Parker is probably in the background working his behind off and getting ready for this fight, because that is his opportunity to become 2 times heavyweight champion. Right? That's Joseph Parker's time to become 2-time heavyweight champion. I don't think he's going to let it go easily. So, look, I have a feeling this fight is going to be an incredible one. I have a feeling that some people's hearts are going to be broken. And I think Joseph Parker has something to prove in this fight. And Daniel Dubois is taking him lightly and will pay for it. But you guys let me know in the comment section below. What do you think about Dubois versus Parker? Have you seen what Dubois is doing recently? Do you think he's taking his eyes off the ball, just like me? Get in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one.